Today, on the Ask the Anxiety Guy show, we're talking about morning anxiety solutions and the best CBT books for health anxiety. Let's go. Warriors, welcome. Your questions matter. You're listening to the Ask the Anxiety Guy show.
This podcast episode is brought to you by the End the Anxiety program, a downloadable CBT-based program created by the anxiety guy himself to help heal your emotional distress and put anxiety behind you once and for all. Visit www.anxietyexit.com to learn more today.
Welcome, everyone, to episode number 164 of the Anxiety Guy podcast. This is the hashtag Ask the Anxiety Guy show, where you ask the questions via social media or email to me, and I answer them in as much detail with as much value for you as I can. Now, today, we're discussing morning anxiety, a very, very important topic for people that are sensitized out there as well. I'm also going to give you my suggestions on the best CBT, that is cognitive behavioral therapy based books, specifically not for generalized anxiety, but for health anxiety and hypochondria. So I'm going to go into that after. First, we're going to answer the first question, then the second one. I want to send a shout out to the Facebook tribe who bared with me throughout last weekend's Facebook Live. Guys, thanks for sticking to it. I know we had some internet connection issues. We did it. We made it. There were some golden nuggets there, huge realizations and clarity for so many people. I love you all. Thanks so much for spending some time every Saturday night, 7 p.m. PST with me for Facebook Live. It's truly, truly heartwarming for me. As well, I want to send a couple shout-outs to some individuals. Anita Kanadi on Facebook Tribe, you are just so engaging and so awesome. Lynn Law Poli on Facebook and Lo Metaz as well on Facebook. Love you all so much. Thank you for your engagement. Now, question number 1 comes from Haley Story, and she asks, "Hi, Anxiety Guy. I am currently binge watching your podcast, and your words really hit home, and you make it all make such sense, so thank you for that. I have an issue with what everyone is telling me is morning anxiety. As soon as I open my eyes, I feel like I want to crawl out of my skin. I'm anxious, I'm on edge, and sometimes confused, and I just can't seem to break the cycle. I break down and cry. How do I stop this? It's taking over my life." Haley, you sound like the woman version of me about 6 years ago. So I've been where you are. I know what you're talking about. I know the feeling. I know the confusion. I know the bewilderment. So let's get into it, all right? Listen up. This is also for anybody out there that may be going through morning struggles as well. Not really sure why it's showing up. Well, let's dive deep into it. Guys, there seems to definitely be a belief hidden deep within your subconscious mind-body, Haley, related to the mornings. Now, this is creating a mess in your inner world. So I ask you, what is that belief? You wouldn't be sensitized in this manner if you didn't have a massively important interpretation to your subconscious hidden within your mind and body. Again, what do you believe about the mornings that may be causing your sensitivity? I'm searching for patterns here, guys. Patterns that have become so deeply ingrained within you that you don't have to consciously think about it or focus on it to feel bad. It's automatic. Mornings equals what? Chaos. Total chaos. Internal and soon to be external chaos. I've been there. Now, once you've answered that question in the form of, I get nervous about sensations of anxiety that might show up at work, or I fear the idea of driving down the highway to work, or I have this lingering fear of dying that shows up automatically each morning upon waking, or any other answer, guys, we can then start understanding your mind a little better. And the next question is, what's the experience or experiences that happened in your life that has caused you to believe that about the mornings? Did someone mention how anxious you look at work? Was there a car collision or even a family member that may have passed away in the morning sometime in your life? Find the experience that caused your sensitivity and ask yourself 2 questions. Question 1, what perspective do I need to take over the event that will make me feel better starting today? Second thing you ask yourself is, why am I glad it happened this way? Now, the second one's a little bit tricky because if you've gone through physical or emotional trauma, it's challenging to reframe that trauma. But by seeing it the way you're currently seeing it, it's not helping you move forward in your life. So you have no choice but to ask yourself, why am I glad it happened this way? We suffer due to the way we continue to view an experience that caused us emotional distress at the time. Our sensitivity today is a result of our thinking about what happened yesterday. Now, if we can project safety over the morning experience that happened in the past, we can give the unconscious permission to re-perceive that time of the day and will begin feeling more neutral towards the experience. Warriors, Shakespeare put it beautifully when he said, "Nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Grasp that quote now. Now, aside from this, we must take into consideration that prior to and during sleep, when melatonin hits the system, a sleepy state is manifested. Upon waking up, going from unconscious to conscious, cortisol hits the system as more light starts to rush in through your sensory mechanisms. Now, when cortisol hits the system, we can misinterpret this transition and become highly anxious over what the body begins to feel like. So, I would suggest using that cortisol buildup in the best way possible, like a walk, or yoga, or jumping jacks, anything upon waking up that will help you to productively use this extra boost for your overall well-being. Finally, you are dehydrated upon waking up, and I've found that slowly drinking 1.5 liters of fresh mountain spring water upon waking can help to hydrate your cells, stave off adrenal fatigue, and flush out toxins. Warriors, Haley, use these suggestions and please move one step closer to becoming more than anxiety. Great question. Hope I've helped. Question number 2, Stephen Williams. Thanks for the email, brother. Hi, Dennis. My name is Stephen. I was wondering if you could advise me on any helpful CBT books that could help with my health anxiety. I'm from the UK. Any help would be grateful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, CBT means cognitive behavioral therapy, meaning to shift the way you perceive things and how you think about things, as well as shifting your natural or automatic behavior around things to bring about a different outcome. So that is CBT in a nutshell. Here are my recommendations, and these may not yell out CBT right away, but I promise you they are all based around, or else the majority of these books are based around CBT practices, okay? Now, the first one, specific for health anxiety. Hope and Help for Your Nerves by Dr. Claire Weeks. She is brilliant. And I don't just suggest that you pick up Hope and Help for Your Nerves, but I suggest you pick up all of her books. If you are in that deep state, sensitivity that she calls nervous illness. She's brilliant. She'll speak directly to you. The second recommendation is The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And on YouTube, you'll notice, and on my blog posts, I talk about Stoicism from time to time. I personally don't believe that there is a better philosophy to follow if you have anxiety than Stoicism. It makes it so clear and practical as to how you need to think about things in your outside world and how that can translate to how you feel in your inside world. So it's a brilliant read, The Daily Stoic. Third recommendation is How to Feel the Way You Want to Feel No Matter What by Dr. Aldo Pucci. I read this years ago. Its principles has stuck with me to this day. Very, very easy and powerful read by someone who just simply gets it. Okay, a lot of people writing these books don't get it. They'll write it out of the blue thinking they know what anxiety is, thinking they know what health anxiety is, or to be in the brain, the body, the spirit of a sufferer. I've read those books as well, and I've almost thrown up when I've read those. You need to read and educate yourself based around the teachers that have been in your shoes. This is essential. Fourth recommendation, The Spontaneous Healing of Belief by one of my favorite scientists, Greg Braden. He makes it clear. He makes it simple. He gives you the facts. Love this guy. He's also got some great videos on YouTube. Check out Greg Braden as well. I've picked up this book via audiobook on iTunes. It's also available there. Finally, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I had to put my own book on this list. Sorry, Stephen. It's got to be done. I feel like you need it. I feel like everyone needs it out there. If you haven't picked up Me Versus Myself by myself, Dennis Simsek, the anxiety guy, pick up the digital version today at anxietyexit.com. Bottom right, you'll see the opt-in sign-in. Also, when you sign in and get that free digital version of Me Versus Myself, Warriors, I'm starting a weekly newsletter called Freedom Fridays, where I'm going to give you the 5 most important points from the week to keep you moving towards self-mastery. Don't miss this weekly newsletter. Sign up, anxietyexit.com, bottom right, hit it, get there now, my friends. I love you all so, so much, and thank you for joining me today. Quote of the day, take this with you today. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Play with that today. Love you. You are more than anxiety. See you soon. Warriors, remember, you are more than anxiety. You keep asking the questions, and I'll keep answering them.